Listening Library presents Jim Thorpe, Original All-American, written and read by Joseph Bruchac.
This story is dedicated to the grandchildren of all those who were sent to Carlisle and to all those who ran. The 1911 season has brought into the public eye a young Indian student at the Carlisle School who promises to be the greatest athlete the world has ever seen. James Thorpe, a Sac and Fox from Oklahoma, came to Carlisle in 1908 with no knowledge whatsoever of athletics. The world of college trainers has been astonished by his achievements. He is not only a basketball player, at which game he fills the center post with truly remarkable skill, but he is a baseball player of great talent and covers any of the sacks or outfields with as much credit as a professional. He can put the 16-pound shot 43 feet, runs 110 seconds, while the 220 hurdles he negotiates in 26 seconds. The high hurdles are pie for him in 15 and 4/5 seconds, while the 220 hurdles he negotiates in 26 seconds. The youthful Redskin hunts, plays lacrosse, tennis, indoor baseball, handball, hockey, all with equal skill and can fill almost any position on a football team with superlative credit. From the Muskogee Times-Democrat, November 1911. Chapter 1. You can call me Jim. You can call me Jim. I've had other names, some good, some bad. Some of them I've accepted and some I have fought against. But Jim, well, that's the one my pa gave when he first looked at me and my twin brother Charlie. James Francis Thorpe, he said. That is what we are going to name him. Thinking back on it, he could have done a whole lot worse. At least he didn't call me after his own pa, my Irish grandfather, like he'd been named. Then I would have been Hiram Thorpe III. James Francis Thorpe wasn't bad at all. Ma had other ideas, though. She had in mind what she had seen when she looked outside our cabin there in Indian Territory that May afternoon in 1887 when I was born. And when an Indian woman has something in mind, she generally gets her way. A lot of Indians get their name from something their mother saw right after they were born. Like my friend named Two Dogs. Just kidding. But Ma was not just kidding. That image of the sun lighting up the walkway leading away from the door was strong in her mind. His name is Watok, she said. Bright path. And that surely is a good name, too. What were those other names I got called? My brother. That was one of the very best of them. Wait for me, my brother. Charlie would call those words out to me when we were running across the plains, chasing after jackrabbits or going up our favorite hill, him trying hard to keep up with me. And I always stopped to wait for him to catch up. I don't think there's anyone in life who ever comes closer to a person than his twin brother. We were always together. We're together now. And I hope you understand what I mean when I say that. Stupid. That was what the teacher called me, and not just one teacher either. Stupid, I hated that name. That was one of the worst ones. Not the very worst, but close. It hurt so much because I wondered if it was true. When it came to book learning, I was painful slow. I had always been the swift one when it came to outdoors things, the first to learn how to make and shoot a bow, to ride a horse. When I was on a horse's back, I understood what some of our old men meant, when they said us Sac and Fox could almost forgive the white man for the bad that was done to us, seeing as how he also brought us the gift of horses. Charlie, though, was the one who dashed ahead when we got sent off to the mission school at the age of 6. Just looking at all those strange, twisty shapes crawling across the white pages, those letters and numbers like little black insects, it gave me a headache. The pictures weren't so bad, but there wasn't ever enough of them. You can do it, Jim. That is what my brother Charlie would say. And because he believed in me, I finally did. I learned to read and to write better than any of those teachers ever thought I could. I even got so I could cipher, though it was hard to make real sense out of all the numbers, which didn't tell stories like words could do. School, I never loved it, but I would have done anything for Charlie. Maybe if he had stayed, I would have learned to like it better. But he didn't. When the influenza burned through the school that second winter, like a fire out of control in the prairie grass, it took Charlie with it. And I took to running away from that awful place.